Welcome back to Think Like a Native, Unlocking Fluent English. I'm your host, Victor, and today we're diving into a fascinating topic that can transform your English skills: how cultural nuances affect language use. In our journey so far, we've learned to think in English, mastered phrasal verbs, explored idioms and slang, and polished our pronunciation. But there's another layer to fluency that's often overlooked: understanding the cultural context behind the language. From the way we greet someone to how we use humor, culture shapes every word we choose. Let me share a quick story. When I first moved to an English-speaking country, I was puzzled when someone said "I'm stuffed" after a meal. In my culture, that phrase meant something entirely different. It wasn't until I learned it meant full in American English that I realized how culture influences language. Today, we'll explore why these nuances matter and how you can use them to sound more like a native speaker. Why cultural nuances matter. Cultural nuances are the subtle ways culture shapes language, like idioms, gestures, tone, and social norms. They're the difference between saying something that clicks and something that confuses. For English learners, understanding these nuances is crucial for 1. Communicating clearly and avoiding misunderstandings. 2. Building trust and rapport with native speakers. And 3. Sounding natural and confident in diverse settings. English is spoken across many cultures. Think US, UK, Australia, Canada. And each has its own way of using the language. What's polite in one might be awkward in another. Let's break down how these differences show up and how you can navigate them. One major cultural difference is how direct or indirect people are. In the US, communication is often straightforward. Someone might say, "I don't like that idea," or "Can you help me?" In the UK, people tend to be more indirect, saying things like, "I'm not sure that's the best approach," or "Would you mind giving me a hand?" If you're too direct in a culture that values politeness, you might come across as rude. In Australia, communication can be even more casual, with nicknames like mate used freely, even in professional settings. Understanding these styles helps you adapt your language to fit the context. Idioms and slang are deeply tied to culture. For example, in the US, "What's up?" is a casual greeting. In the UK, "All right?" or "How's it going?" is more common. Humor also varies. British English often uses sarcasm or irony, like saying "lovely weather" during a storm. In the US, humor might be more direct, like joking about a relatable mishap. If you're from a culture where sarcasm isn't common, these jokes might confuse you. Social norms shape how we interact. In the US, small talk about the weather or sports is a common way to break the ice. In the UK, small talk is similar, but often more reserved, sticking to safe topics like recent events. Australians might dive into shared interests or casual banter right away. Formality also differs. In the UK, people might use titles or formal phrases like "please" and "thank you" more often, while in the US, first names are used quickly, even in professional settings. Nonverbal communication, like body language and tone, carries cultural weight. For example, in the US, eye contact shows confidence and engagement. In some cultures, avoiding eye contact is a sign of respect, which might be misread in English-speaking settings. A rising tone in English often signals a question, while a flat tone might seem unfriendly. Silence can also vary. In some cultures, it's uncomfortable and needs filling, while in others, it's a natural pause. Cultural differences can lead to mix-ups. For instance, the word "yes" might mean "I agree" in one culture, but "I hear you" in another, without implying agreement. Personal questions, like asking about someone's job, might be fine in the US, but intrusive in other cultures. Being aware of these differences helps you communicate clearly and respectfully. Here's a tip. If something feels unclear, ask for clarification, like, "Just to make sure, do you mean?" Native speakers will appreciate your effort. Understanding cultural nuances isn't just about language, it's about empathy. When you learn why certain phrases or behaviors are used, you connect more deeply with native speakers. This makes your conversations more authentic and your fluency more natural. You can read books or watch documentaries about English-speaking cultures to understand their values and traditions. This will give you a richer perspective on the language. Here's your challenge for this week. 1. Pick an English-speaking country, like the US, UK, Australia, or Canada. 2. Research one cultural nuance from that country, such as an idiom, slang term, or social norm. For example, look up what you're been up to means in Australia, or how small talk works in the UK. 3. Write down how it differs from your own culture and how you could use it in a conversation. 4. Try using it in a real conversation or write a short dialogue incorporating it. This exercise will help you see how culture shapes language and give you practice applying these nuances. Cultural nuances are the heart of fluent English. They shape how we communicate, connect, and understand each other. By learning to recognize and use these subtleties, you'll not only sound more like a native, but also build stronger relationships with the people you meet. In our next episode, we'll explore conversational strategies to help you put all these skills into action. Until then, keep exploring the cultural side of English and thinking like a native.